Good afternoon, cult members of Local Pop Culture Cult. I'm Sean.
I'm Janice.
And welcome to the Disney D23 uberness that was this morning of Lucasfilm, Marvel, and 20th Century Fox massive 3.5-hour panel, blah, 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 blah. Marvel announced a ton of things, had a bunch of the cast, confirmed a bunch of stuff, and then they gave us a trailer for Secret Invasion, which is secretly... I'll use it. Secretly, one of my most anticipated things that are coming from Marvel.
Yeah, I'm excited.
This is going to be wackadoo.
Yep.
So here we go. Secret Invasion, and go.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Oh. Where have you been?
For years, you've been avoiding Earth. But I have called for your help plenty of other times, and you've been pretty content to let those calls go straight to voicemail.
Yeah, well, this is different.
Epic beard win.
Ding.
How much do you know about your security detail?
What do you mean, how much do I know about him?
Rudy.
Oh.
Fury, we gotta be very careful now.
Oh!
And me too.
You're in
Oh,
no
my
shape for this
goodness.
fight that lies before us. This is just the beginning.
This is my war alone.
Is it?
And I'm the last person standing between them and what they really want. And what is that?
This year. Next year.
23.
23.
What is time? Okay, everyone not in this movie, please raise your hand.
I'm racking my brain what Fury has that the Rogue Scrolls are trying to get a hold of. There has to be
Right.
There has to be some Kree. It's the other bangle.
Oh, maybe.
The other Kree bangle
Yeah.
they're using in Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
That connects all of those together.
Was there and then not there anymore.
You also have the bracelets that Wong and Miss Marvel and Bruce were all dealing with. And if you haven't been keeping up with She-Hulk, spoilers ahead for She-Hulk, Bruce got called away on the Sicarian messenger ship.
Right.
And so...
But Sicarian, I don't know.
But if the Kree tech is the base thing...
Right. You
and
also
the
have
Skrulls are trying to get
the
that's where I'm going.
the seven rings. Which,
Right, the rings...
The Shang-Chi?
The Shang-Chi. That post-credit scene where it was
Right.
calling the beacon and stuff.
Right.
Where Bruce and
But we don't know that that's tied to why Bruce went to Sakaar.
I don't know, but if we're taking Red String out and making up something as I'm spitballing here, but what is it that the rogue group of Skrulls want?
Well, okay, and there is a Skrull Fury on Earth.
Who is? No, go ahead.
Is it Ben Middleston?
Yeah.
Skrull guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so he has
Talos.
changed Talos. So he has changed into Ben Middleston. So that because I'm like, wait a minute. So the real Fury and the fake Fury are gonna meet, but okay.
Right.
So Talos and then his wife.
Talos and his wife have been Fury and Maria Hill here.
Okay.
For a while.
Okay.
And if
trying to help the misconception or the misinformation of what's actually going on, that he's up there dealing
I'm going to make
with
a Doctor Who reference because this is where I'm coming. This is Zygot Invasion.
Maybe.
Where it feels like a rogue group of Skrulls are trying to be either in control
Yeah.
because they feel like they're more powerful, more
Right.
intelligent, more whatever.
Why do we have to hide?
Why do we have to hide from who we really are?
Right.
Or they are trying to restart the Kree Skrull War, and to do that, they have to go out and take whatever it is
Right.
that Fury has. And if Fury has the other bangle and it controls the connection point between the two, you can have this idea of we have to infiltrate every important governmental military thing, much like Hydra did, since that kind of basis is all there of the playbook is there for that kind of thing.
I'm also thinking about from Miss Marvel how they opened up that, or were trying to open up that other dimension where they were trying to push that into our universe, our
Yeah.
dimension.
Yeah.
If that has some, yeah, I don't know. Could be.
Again, spoiler for She-Hulk from episode 4 this week. Wong talked about people using magic the wrong way or not trained the right way, that it could affect time space continuum and affect multiple dimensions.
Right.
And we have the idea of multiple dimensions because of Loki, and then it's expanded upon within multiverse.
Right.
So again, I've got Red String together.
Yeah.
It feels like there's all this connective tissue, and they said at the panel today that this directly leads into Armor Wars.
Yeah.
So if the Rogue Scrolls, that's what I'm going to call them for right now, are trying to get the bangle or something that's that kind of level of importance, they don't get that, but they get the tech
to make
Iron Man suits.
Yeah.
Because Ironheart is also going on all at the same time, too. And they introduced Ironheart today.
Yeah.
She's going to be introduced in Wakanda Forever, but she's getting her own series.
And then you've got Vibranium in Wakanda. People could be going after the Vibranium to make more suits.
Yeah.
And I just all of a sudden, like, everything's kind of been on pause, obviously, for 2 years, right? Well, things can't happen, and then everybody's trying to catch up, and now it just feels like everything's coming at us all at once, and it's like, there's so much.
That's why I started with the conversation of D23 today with this massive panel.
Yeah.
Instead of giving them 3 individual panels, it was one big massive panel.
Yeah.
From Disney, and they laid out a bunch of stuff. And some people are like online are like, we didn't get Fantastic Four news, we didn't get Deadpool news.
Yeah, calm down.
But we're not done with Phase 4 yet, and all that's Phase 5.
Yeah.
The big thing is Phase 4 ends with Thunderbolts, and that was the big announcement of the cast and who is going to be in that.
Yep.
And that, if we're going to use that as the end of Phase 4, like Avengers was the end of Phase 1, a big team-up thing, that's going to be directly connected to everything else that's been going on. And within the stories that they've been telling. And we talked about this in the last trailer reaction that we just did for Werewolf by Night, that Marvel is doing this thing where they're telling this overall story, but they're playing with genre. They're playing with a horror film. They're playing with a legal drama that's a comedy. We're playing with all these kind of different things with this overall umbrella of superheroes and playing with that concept within these different genre things. This is a spy thriller.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't had a proper spy thriller since Falcon and Winter Soldier Winter Soldier itself. Yeah. And we kind of got one with Black Widow, but that was a different kind of spy thriller kind of thing to it. It was more of
a 80s KGB.
Yes, it's a really good way of putting it.
Yeah.
It's a really good. But with this, you're going to spend the whole time wondering who is who and what is what, and what the big. They won't tell you what they're going for until episode 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And it's always going to be this thing that's going to be hanging over every episode of, if they get the thing.
Yeah.
Well, what's the thing? Well, I can't talk about it. We're in the next company.
Yeah.
And in the scene where Talos goes after. What is his name? Ben Foster? No, Ben. can't remember his name.
It's not Martin Freeman's character.
No.
Oh, okay.
The black guy where they Talos goes after him and
Oh,
all
yeah.
in the background.
His
real name is Ben something.
No, it's like Jean-Pierre.
Oh,
blah,
yeah.
blah, blah.
Yeah.
He's
You're right.
He's the Duke from Bridgerton. I was
Yes.
just going to say, I'm very excited he's in this. He needs to be in more things because
But
he's hot.
that shot tells me that not all the scrolls are on the same page.
Right.
And if that is the big, so we're not getting the Kree Skrull War yet, or the ramifications of. We kind of got that in Marvel and in Captain Marvel.
Mhm.
We kind of got that kind of conversation, but we didn't ever really see the war itself. This is specifically the Skrulls doing stuff, and if the Skrulls are messing with everything, that means from Secret Invasion on, you have to backwards compatible. Your thought process of who's been a Skrull the entire time.
Yeah, and we've talked about that a couple of times in some of the different movie reactions and stuff. Is that, they're really good at. In the beginning, it was they had to kind of backwards, back into some of the stories that had already been told because they didn't know they were going to get to this point.
Right.
But they're good at forcing you, for lack of a better word, to go back and rewatch everything or a lot of things to catch that part that they're now talking about. But at a certain point moving forward, they were like, hey, this thing is going.
Right.
And it's going to keep going, so we can start laying those Easter eggs in now so they're not kind of jerry-rigged backwards to fit. So
it would be very
it's
interesting
fun.
too, some of the random cameos that could happen in this show.
Yeah, because like it's like Men in Black with Oprah and
Michael Jackson and stuff like that. Like I'm not kidding. I wouldn't be surprised if like Chris Evans showed up and changed into a Skrull.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing to make you question everything.
Yeah.
If you have someone, if Chris Helmsworth comes in for half of a day, he's in town and he films one scene, and come to find out that person was just imitating Thor, or Captain America, or Rogers, or Tony Stark, or like whoever from the original. Like it'd be really random if Paul Bettany, not Vision, just Paul Bettany,
the actor Paul Bettany, is
right? Like
play on the red carpet, and
you can play with all of these different ideas, which will now make you question every decision that has been made before that gets us to here. And because of the spy thriller kind of concept to this, you're going to question everything that's going on. Yep. In the first episode, as soon as the first episode is done, you're going to be like, I have to rewatch everything because something's going to happen in that episode that's going to make you question everything that's happened before. In that first episode, it's going to happen.
Darn. So just quick, people talking about we didn't get this, we didn't get that. Marvels, isn't that supposed to be out this year?
Next year.
Oh, okay.
Next year. They did have a panel. The three girls were on the stage together. They did show something in the room.
Oh, okay.
But
because I find it interesting that we have all this other stuff and we don't have that yet. But they showed something in the room. They'll drop it in a couple weeks.
The three things that we got from Marvel today were like trailer wise was this, Werewolf by Night, and there was another one. I have it up here. Oh, Willow. I was thinking. So those are the only two like we got as not in the room.
Yeah.
They showed a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
But for us that weren't in the room, the two that we got from Marvel were Secret Invasion and Werewolf by Night.
Yep.
And so I now, like I said, this was my most anticipated Marvel thing going forward, and now I'm even more excited because I don't know what's going to happen.
Yay!
Let us know what you thought of this trailer reaction and our discussion about it in the comments down below. Please be nice. That's a requirement around here. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, follow us on all the social media stuff, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Links in the description down below. And until next time, cult members, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.